Hey guys, Erin here. Today I will be reviewing undoubtedly one of the most revolutionary zombie films in history, 28 Days Later. And before I delve into specifics, it's crucial to note that many people like to argue about if this film is even a zombie movie, since the infected victims are not yet dead. The rage virus that inhabits humans leaves them far from their original selves, though, as they are consumed by an inconceivable rage that leads to the death of many and a wide spread of the disease. In my book, that clearly classifies this as a zombie film, and an insightful one at that. While many other horror films depict zombies as these flesh-eating, slow creatures, this film simply views them as humans who have gone off the rails. Best said by the character Major Henry West himself, a zombie apocalypse is just people killing people, allowing this film to truly explore humanity through horror. This allusion to the rage as more of an unleashed potential within mankind to destroy themselves rather than a virus introduces only one of the film's many arguments and subtexts. One key message that I particularly enjoyed is the commentary on gender and sex. While one of the lead protagonists is a strong-willed black female, which is a rather refreshing choice for British cinema, even she falls victim to the harsh and primal desires of the males around her. When the soldiers begin ganging up on Selena and Hannah, the audience becomes privy to the issues at hand. While the country around them is falling apart under this deadly infection, the women are still endangered by a more systematic rape culture. Even more messed up, the men endangering them are the soldiers that are supposed to ensure their safety rather than shatter it. As the soldiers start harassing the girls, they can't even chalk up their behavior to repopulation or survivalist nature. The men have only gone 28 days without the knowledge that they'd be able to have sex with another woman, yet they still jump at their first opportunity to pillage and take what they feel they deserve. This shows clear commentary once again on man's own inhumanity, whether there's a disease there to incite it or not. These messages, while conveyed through character arts and jarring scenarios, are also rhetorically guided by the aesthetics of the film. As noted by many, director Danny Boyle made an interesting choice when he opted to shoot this film with a digital Canon XL1 camera rather than the typical 35mm. In layman's terms, the resolution and quality of the film is pretty subpar. While part of this decision was for practicality of shooting, the gritty and rough feel that this camera gave to the project resulted in a primarily artistic choice. The disease-ravaged metropolis that once was London is now transformed by this poor camera and oversaturation, with vibrant blues and greens giving this film a grungy and sickening atmosphere. These visual effects are also paired with rapid cuts and hysteric montages that help heighten moments of terror, panic, and disorientation. While I found the jump cut editing to be a bit too chaotic at times, I at least understood the purpose of those shots. Overall, the visual style of the film is gritty, and rightly so. The artistry of the film can also be seen in the portrayal of intimacy in such a world. The beginning scenes exemplify this, with beautiful and somewhat hazy close-ups of Cillian Murphy, instantly contrasted by the distant, eerie shots when he enters the empty streets of London. These juxtaposing shots show the struggle between intimacy and loneliness in this post-apocalyptic world, and humanity in general. This is further exemplifying how the visual tone of this film alludes to a broader atmosphere. This signature Danny Boyle style also aids in targeting specific viewers. While many zombie films target audiences that love just that, zombie films, 28 Days Later appeals to a wider audience. I myself am not a fan of zombie movies, or really even horror, but found the film to be engaging at many points, with gritty cinematography, amazing acting, and messages that transcend even the end of the world. Audiences of all backgrounds will be filtering in for more than just the thrill. This isn't to say that it'll be absolutely appealing to everyone. There are still characteristics of this film that distinguish it as horror, and can oftentimes eliminate a distinct portion of audiences. It's necessary to note that while this film was successful in delivering messages to specific audiences, there were still some controversial aspects and moments that rose to debate. One of the opening scenes, the missing people ads that appear in Piccadilly Circus, were criticized for resembling those put up in New York shortly after 9/11. While this film was shot prior to 9/11, many people interpreted this as a poor artistic choice or even mockery. Boyle noted that this was not intentional, though, redeeming the more debatable aspects of the film, in my opinion. Controversies aside, though, I give this movie a 7 out of 10. As a horror film, 28 Days Later was relatively flawless, delivering constant raw action that somehow paired well with the more intimate and human moments. Rating this film in a more general sense, though, I can see multiple ways in which the movie fell short of glory. Its aforementioned action and gore still narrowed the audience, and while there's intended ambiguity, some aspects of the film shouldn't have been left unanswered. This isn't to say that the horror is a lesser genre, but the film won't have the same effectiveness and overall appeal to the general public. Overall, though, I feel that 28 Days Later explores this horror subgenre of zombies with a refreshing motive, and I recommend watching it, horror fan or not. That's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe for more, and let me know what movies you'd like me to review next. Bye!